Recorded books and one-click digital present The Lost Heiress by Roseanna M. White. Narrated by Liz Pierce. Chapter 1. Monte Carlo, Monaco. Late August, 1910. Temptation sat before her, compelling as the sea. Gleaming silver, green leather, the nearly silent rumble of engine. Brooke trailed a gloved hand along the door, cast one glance over her shoulder, and let herself in. She couldn't stop the grin as she gripped the wheel of the Rolls-Royce. And why should she? Only a fool would leave such a car running right outside her door and not expect her to do something about it. "Don't even think it." His voice brought laughter to her lips, and she looked up to find her dearest friend at the opposite door. Her first sight of him in 5 months. The warm Riviera wind had tousled his hair, making her wonder where his hat had gone today. "Teach me to drive it, Justin." He glared at her with an intensity to match the Mediterranean sun. All manner of men flooded Monaco in pursuit of its casino, and none could glower like the British. Well, perhaps the Russians, but theirs was more scowls than proper glowers. Though if he expected her to be cowed by the look, he had taken leave of his senses. He levelled an accusatory finger at her nose. "I'm happy to take you for a drive in my new car, mon ami, but I will be behind the wheel." "Come, Justin." She said his name as it was meant to be said, in French. Soft J and long U, emphasis on the second syllable, the N silent, as she knew no one in his native country did. "Your gift will soon be back in England. We mustn't waste a moment of its time in Monaco. Get in and teach me." "A moment of its time?" But he laughed and slid into the left side of the car, shaking his head. The sun caught his hair and burnished it gold, caught the angles of his face and made it all the stronger. "The prince will have my head for this." Brooke grinned at him. Once upon a time, she had dreamed that they would fall in love and live happily ever after. Before, she realized a future duke could never be more than friends with a nobody without a past. Before she came to understand Prince Albert wasn't really her grandfather. "He will be jealous, you mean? He must always have a chauffeur behind the wheel." Brooke gripped the wheel tighter until she could feel the thrum of the 40-50 engine in every cell. "Perhaps I will borrow one of the chauffeur's jackets and surprise him one day, after you've taught me." Justin pressed a hand to his brow, dark blonde hair falling over his fingers. "Heaven help me, I'll be executed. My poor grandfather will expire from the shock of it. The dukedom will go extinct, and it will be all your fault. All because you grin at me and I can't say no." She grinned all the brighter now. "I don't intend to race in Grandpère's road rally. I only want to learn the basics." She made herself comfortable on the seat, positioning her feet on the pedals on either side of the steering column. She had read books and articles about the advances of the automobile, but the pages hadn't come close to conveying the power that came coursing through the floorboard. It was almost as heady a feeling as having a spirited horse under her. Almost. Justin slid closer, casting her a sideways look she couldn't read, making fear knot in her chest. She'd been waiting months for him to return, had begun to worry he never would, that his family would succeed in keeping him forever in the Cotswolds of England, and he would forget his promises to investigate the seal on the old yellowed envelope she had pressed to his palm 5 months ago.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it. at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.